Welcome back. Right now, I am with Patricia A. Richards. She is the Interim President and CEO of Utah Opera and Utah Symphony. Patricia, thanks for joining us today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Well, it's good to see you, good to connect with you virtually. Of course, there's big news coming out about the Deer Valley Music Festival. Let us know what happened and what you've decided to do this summer.
Well, as unfortunately, we have had to postpone the 2020 Deer Valley Music Festival until 2021. And we're actively engaged in trying to reschedule all of the guest artists and all of the concerts that we had originally planned for this year, and actually add a few other surprises that we think will be very exciting for next year. It's a great disappointment to us, as I know it is to our patrons and to all of our Deer Valley music fans. But it's the best thing to do at this time to protect the public as well as our own staff and musicians.
Yes, it makes sense. So many things, unfortunately, are getting canceled all over around the world, frankly. But I'm curious,
Yes.
what specific things did you take into consideration when making this decision?
Well, most importantly, the health and safety of our musicians and our staff, the guest artists, and the public. We've obviously been following all of the protocols that have been suggested by state and local authorities, but most immediately we had some very good conversations with Summit County officials, and we deeply respect the work that they are doing to protect the community and the decisions that they have made. And it just became clear to us that we could not gather large crowds, even in an outdoor setting. So it was just an impossible to continue for this summer.
And just to be perfectly clear and concise, the music festival, you canceled not only the large concerts at Snow Park Amphitheater, but did you also cancel or postpone the pop-up concerts and the concerts at St. Mary's?
Yes, we have. At this time, it just does not appear feasible to even get all of our musicians on stage with safe distancing and other protocols that we believe are necessary to protect their health. In addition, just the spacing that you would have to do indoors in a small setting just doesn't allow for enough patrons to make it really an enjoyable concert. So onward to next year.
Yes, onward. That's definitely a good way to look at it. Now, behind the scenes, how difficult is it to reschedule all of these musicians and artists to 2021?
Well, it is tricky. Our artistic administrator, Toby Tolikan, has been on the phone constantly for the last week. But, many of the guest artists who would have to fly in, who have even large entourages that travel with them, had already decided that this was going to be a difficult summer for them. A couple of them had already canceled, and actually many of them are very excited to reschedule for next year. We're getting very good response from them.
That is really good to hear. Now, I'm also curious about ticket holders. If you purchase tickets to some of these concerts, what should you do?
Well, do nothing at the present time. As soon as we get everything rescheduled, we will be contacting everybody to give them their options. We hope that they will be transferring their tickets to next summer because it will be the same music festival. And that we'd love to see them back when we can have crowds again and enjoy this all together.
And I'd love to hear how Utah Symphony and Utah Orchestra, how their members are doing. You had to cancel all their performances back in March, and that's canceled indefinitely, correct?
Well, we starting, I think it was March 13th was the first concert, or actually that was an opera that we had to cancel, and then it went from there. It's very difficult on the artists. The musicians, their music is not only their trade, but to a large extent, it's their life. And not being able to perform for a live audience is very difficult for them. But as you may have noticed, and if you go to our Facebook page or our website, they are doing remarkable things from their homes. They are doing appropriately distanced spaced things outdoors in small groups, and we're recording those and rebroadcasting them. So they're very excited about that, actually, and they're so creative, and they've been so involved in our planning for these. So we will be releasing these daily and weekly as we go forward. You will really enjoy what they're doing.
Where can we get more information about Utah Symphony, Utah Orchestra, and also the Deer Valley Music Festival that has now been canceled?
Well, everything will be on our website at usuo.org or utahsymphony.org or deervalleymusicfestival.org. But as I said, we will be directly contacting our patrons and letting them know what options are for the future and what will be the next Deer Valley Music Festival.
Well, it's a huge decision, definitely lots of implications, but we appreciate you, Patricia A. Richards, for joining us today, letting us know this update, and good to hear that it's going to be postponed, 2021.
Yeah, it will be a great year. Unfortunately, we can't do it this year, but we're really looking forward to seeing everybody back. It's just a great time in the summer.
Well, we appreciate you joining us during this really busy time of letting everyone know about this. Again, thanks, Patricia, for being here today.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
We'll be right back right after this.